is the worst offensive player.
She's not very offensive competent, bro.
Caitlin Clark laughing at Angel Reese's missed layup.
Generational meme.
To lose the game. Here it is. Here's the video. She can rebound everything.
Angel Reese, possibly the greatest basketball player in the history of America. Oh, wow. Look at those moves. Yeah, that shot is really hard with the hoop. Why?
Player in the country.
I feel like I'm the best player in the country.
WNBA draft. The Indiana Fever select Caitlin Clark, University of...
Angel Reese stood in the middle of the paint with her arms spread, mouth wide open, yelling at her own teammate to clear out and give her space to operate. That is the image spreading everywhere right now, and it could not have gone viral at a worst possible moment. Just minutes after demanding that kind of room for herself, with no defender within 3 feet of her, Reese got exactly the opportunity she wanted. She received the ball on a wide-open look at the rim, but somehow missed the shot.
I'm thinking to myself, okay, ATL is going to actually win this game, and then we get down to the end of regulation, you guys. And I'm like, okay, Ron Howard, open 3. She's going to hit it. No, she does not. Angel, you got it. Put back layup, game winner. No. And then Nas again caught it, put it up. No. I'm just like, oh my God, like, are we serious? How does that happen? And all of you guys, baby, my girl, Angel, all right, back up off her, okay? Like, back up off of Angel. We know that she missed that layup.
The AtlantaDream ultimately lost to the Indiana Fever in overtime. And by the time the final buzzer sounded, many viewers were left wondering the same thing. If she needed that much space just to get a shot off, what happened when she was actually given all the room she asked for?
Have the ball for the last shot, game's tied, and Angel Reese has a bunny layup basically by herself, uncontested, and she cannot make that layup. She had 14 rebounds yesterday, 5 of them offensive. I'm not sure how many were off her own misses because I was at camp and got home for the end of regulation and then overtime. But her making that or missing that layup, you just knew. And she looked kind of crestfallen, and she should be because you ought to be.
That moment has now become the center of a much bigger debate about Angel Reese's role inside the Atlanta locker room. Is she really the vocal, demanding leader she wants everyone to see? Or has her intensity on the court started to exceed what she delivers when the ball is actually in her hands? After what happened in this game, those questions are only getting louder, and they are not going away anytime soon.
Best player. If your best player for Atlanta can make a layup, I wouldn't have this gleeful smile that I have on my face right now. It's a layup. You're 1 foot away. Make it, please. You have a fast break layup by yourself early in the game. How you shoot fast break layups fast break layups by yourself at 50%? I don't know. I can't explain it. But Caitlin Clark, 26.
This is not some minor detail buried in the box score. It could be the biggest storyline from the Fever Dream rivalry this season, and it has little to do with Caitlin Clark's shooting or Indiana's depth. The real question is whether Angel Reese's teammates have quietly reached their breaking point. Reports and reactions from Atlanta suggest growing frustration within the team. Not simply because of losses, but because teammates may feel they are constantly adjusting around one player who does not always deliver when opportunities come her way. That kind of tension does not appear overnight. It builds possession by possession, miss by miss, until it finally spills out where everyone can see.
In particular, her energy shifted. I thought when she got some of those easy baskets to go in the paint.
Let's go back to Angel really quickly, though, because she was part of the catalyst that you saw to be able to change things around.
It's been there. Like, sometimes the basket is too open.
I can't believe we had to listen to that garbage the entire halftime, the entire broadcast of the game while she is blowing the easiest first grade 1-inch layups you'd ever see. And Caitlin Clark is out there hitting logo bombs in her face, dropping 26 and 9 for 12 straight games. Instead of saying she's playing at an MVP level, they're out here glazing Angel Reese just like her fans do on social media. Caitlin Clark gets no love, not considered in the MVP conversation, will be the only player in WNBA history to be top 3 in points and number 1 in assists. And they're sitting here glazing Angel Reese. It's all about Olivia Miles and Paige Beckers, which her team's winning. She's breaking all.
Here is what stings most for Atlanta fans watching this unfold. The sequence almost feels like a joke writing itself. Reese screams for her teammate to clear out. The teammate moves, giving her exactly the space she demanded. She gets the ball in that open area, but instead of taking a controlled shot or making a simple, smart pass, she throws the ball toward a spot where nobody can make a play. There is no teammate underneath, no rebounder coming from the weak side, and no real chance to create anything. The possession simply dies. For someone presenting herself as a vocal leader and facilitator, that moment does little to strengthen her case.
That everyone says that mic and drills don't work for basketball, but if there's one person on the face of this raggedy planet that needs to do mic and drills until their wrists fall off, it is Angel Reese. I have never seen a human miss that many point-blank layups regularly. Angel Reese, she doesn't just see everybody, oh, she missed a game winner, her palms are sweaty. Nah, she misses regular lays all the time. The little putbacks, the million rebounds is a symptom of her missing point-blank layups. Is she left-handed? Because it's always a right-handed, I promise you, with the same coverages she has to get through, I can score that. I can do that. Father of three, regular nigga, right? I promise you, I could shoot a higher percentage right there at the basket.
Fans usually do not mind a player being vocal on the court. What becomes harder to accept is demanding control of a possession, getting exactly what you asked for, and then wasting the opportunity. When that happens repeatedly, it can quietly change how teammates view that player during timeout huddles, even if nobody addresses it publicly. Cameras appeared to capture moments when teammates exchanged quick glances after possessions broke down. No one made a dramatic gesture, because players are trained to stay composed. But body language can reveal frustration without anyone saying a word. Those subtle reactions on the bench seem to tell their own story, adding another layer to the growing tension.
I don't know how y'all do it. I don't know how y'all defend her. The score is 81-81 in the fourth quarter. 6 seconds left.
AtlantaDream has the chance to win this game.
Then this happens.
5 seconds. Howard launches. Missed it badly. Reese the putback. Won't go. Hillman. No.
Like, I truly do not understand. Angel Reese is a professional basketball player. Why do she miss so many layups? Like, look. Layups is like the second thing that you learn when you first start basketball. The first thing is how to dribble a basketball. Then the coach will bring you down to that block, exactly where she missed that layup, and teach you how to shoot off that square. But I don't think nobody taught her.
Whatsoever.
She lost them that game. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. If she would have hit that layup, game over. Game over. I had nothing to say. That layup was wide open. If y'all don't think that was wide open, that's bullshit. Aaliyah Boston was right behind her.
Then came the moment that may have decided the entire game. With the score tied and the clock winding down in regulation, Atlanta had the kind of opportunity every team wants on the road. The ball found Reese with a clean, uncontested look at the basket, and there was nobody nearby to challenge her. This was not a rushed shot with defenders closing in or an awkward attempt under pressure. It was about as open as you can get in a professional basketball game, with the entire outcome hanging in the balance. She missed. The rebound stayed alive, and Ryan Howard and Naz Hillman scrambled for follow-up attempts in the final seconds, but neither converted. Regulation ended tied, leaving Atlanta to regret a huge missed opportunity.
Your team on a 17-4 run right now. You started out with a 7-0 run. How did you kind of get things going for your team?
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling like in the beginning, but it's a game of runs. You got to put that in your back pocket just because you know you have teammates that have your back.
Pushed under the hoop just enough to not have a great angle. To OT we go.
The frustration on her face afterward said everything without a single word. She stood there briefly with her eyes closed, seemingly replaying the missed shot in her head and clearly unhappy with the result. Missing such an open opportunity in a packed arena, with the entire rivalry hanging in the balance, is difficult to forget instantly. But visible frustration afterward could not change what had already happened. It also could not erase the overtime period that followed, when Indiana steadily pulled away and calmly closed out the game.
About her missing this shot for the game, it's not necessarily that she missed it, it's the reaction to it. After she missed, this Caitlin Clark walking past laughing, bro. And y'all know how these two fan bases are, so they are loving this picture right here. The main reason it bothers me too is because it makes it so easy to overlook everything else that she actually does on the court. Like defensively and obviously rebounding wise, bro, she's incredible. I just need her to fix this so they have something else that they...
This is what sent social media into a frenzy within minutes of the final buzzer. As Reese stood there processing the miss, cameras caught Caitlin Clark calmly walking toward the Fever bench with a noticeable smile on her face. To many viewers watching live, it looked like Clark was laughing at the entire situation. Of course, nobody can know exactly what she was reacting to in that moment, but the context made the clip impossible to ignore. For weeks, fans had built this matchup around the Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark rivalry, especially after Atlanta had beaten Indiana earlier this season. Yet when the biggest moment arrived, Clark looked calm and composed, while Reese appeared visibly frustrated. That contrast turned a simple missed shot into a viral moment. It was not only about Reese missing the layup. Clark's expression, whether intentional or completely unrelated, became the perfect visual for the afternoon. One player missed when it mattered most, while the other appeared completely unfazed. The cameras captured both reactions almost simultaneously, and social media immediately turned the moment into a massive storyline.
Say that she's not good?
Who, Angel?
Yeah, she's not good at basketball. Like, I'm tired. Look, we've said this in the past. I'm tired of it. I can't lie anymore. Like, I watched her miss 8 layups. She could be averaging like 25, 26 if she could make a layup. And the way she lays it up, it's like she's just learning how to, like, you know, when toddlers finally learn how to walk, they fall a little bit. It's like she just learned how to do layups once she got to the WNBA. It makes no sense to me. Like, she could be so much better. And for someone who has her own podcast, she talks her stuff, you would think she's the MVP. You would think she's that girl over in Vegas. But no, she's closer to AZ Fudd than she is to homegirl in Vegas. So yeah, there's that. She's been an inefficient player. I feel like we hype her up because she's grabbing rebounds, but
here is where the disconnect really becomes noticeable. If you only looked at the surface numbers, Reese recorded her 23rd double-double of the season, just a few shy of a WNBA record that has been discussed all year. 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists sounds impressive at first glance. Much of the post-game coverage focused on those numbers, presenting her performance as another display of toughness and consistency. But look deeper, and the story changes quickly. She shot just 5 for 16 from the field and missed her first 6 attempts before halftime. She also went scoreless throughout the fourth quarter, the exact stretch when Atlanta needed its front court scorer to step up. Then came the biggest moments. On 2 crucial possessions that could have ended the game in regulation, Reese failed to convert. That is the difference between an impressive box score line and actual late-game impact. A double-double may look great on a graphic, but it means less when a player finishes scoreless in crunch time and misses a potentially game-winning opportunity.
In regulation, and it just didn't go down, and then we had to try to compete in overtime. I thought players try to execute the game plan really well, especially defensively. It's just disappointing to come up short. We just had to move on to the next play. I mean, we did what we didn't run there was supposed to be one screen in there, and we kind of forgot the screen. But then Rye, took the shot, and we told those two to, really crash the boards and give us a second chance. They both did exactly what we asked for them. And then we got 2 looks, right at the end of the game that, could have won it for us, but, they rolled out. Just kind of.
Head coach Carl Smesko appeared determined to remain diplomatic during his post-game press conference, as coaches often do after a painful loss. But beneath his measured answers, frustration seemed difficult to hide. Reporters repeatedly brought up the final possession, and each time, Smesko appeared to choose his words carefully, as though holding back a stronger reaction. He mentioned the final minute several times, even returning to it after reporters had moved on to other topics. That repeated focus stood out. When a coach keeps circling back to the same closing sequence without being pushed there, it can suggest that the moment is still weighing heavily on him.
It happens, like, we know any other time, like, Angel will make the shot. I mean, she knows she'll make the shot, but in that moment, you just got to encourage your teammates. Like, no one person lost us the game. It's a team effort, and just like she's with us when we're struggling, we do the same thing for Angel. I mean, it's a sisterhood. Like, we really love each other, support each other. So, I mean, I'll put everything on the line that the next time she gets a shot like that, she will make it 100%. It's just this time she came up a little short, but I mean, I have all the faith in the world of Angel that she's going to finish.
Teammates did what players are expected to do after a difficult loss. Alyssa Gray, who scored a career-high 32 points in the defeat, spoke to reporters afterward and publicly defended Reese, saying no single player lost the game and that it was a collective team effort from start to finish. That is the professional, locker room-approved response, and on the surface, it suggests complete unity. But what stands out is what the statement did not say. Nobody directly denied that Reese's miss was the game's biggest moment. Nobody claimed the loss had nothing to do with her. Instead, the response seemed carefully designed to protect a teammate publicly, without changing what everyone inside the arena had just witnessed unfold.
We're playing pretty well right now. I think we have a lot of players playing well, and I think we feel pretty good about the direction of the team. Now, the road trips are tough, and I mean, the first thing we got to do is, go to Vegas and be ready for them. But I feel good about our team. We'll have to take a day tomorrow and really kind of rest up because obviously a lot of people played some really heavy minutes. So tomorrow's probably just a film session. And then we're going to have to get ready to give the same kind of effort if we're going to beat Vegas as we gave for most.
This is where the bigger picture becomes clearer when you step back from one individual game. Reese has been open all season about wanting to be seen as a true vocal leader on this roster, someone who communicates constantly, directs traffic, and holds teammates accountable during intense moments. There is nothing wrong with that approach by itself. Many great players are demanding and outspoken. The problem begins when the production does not consistently match the intensity. Reese has acknowledged struggling during stretches this season, even admitting at halftime of this game that she started poorly and needed to improve quickly. That has led fans, and reportedly some voices within the locker room, to question the contrast between demanding space and not always converting when that space is created. Over time, that gap can affect trust. It is one thing to challenge teammates when your own performance consistently backs it up. It is another when the demands remain constant but the results fluctuate, especially during crucial moments. Atlanta had previously beaten Indiana with Reese playing an efficient role. This time, with the rivalry spotlight even brighter, she struggled when Atlanta needed her most. Clark, meanwhile, appeared to deliver when the pressure was highest.
Will say though, as far as advice, is that for whatever reason, in the WNBA, like women's basketball, a lot of their layups, they don't finish like wide, like outside their body. Everything is like up in the cylinder. You know, a lot of people look down on like the mic and drill, like basic stuff like that. I feel like that's all Angel Reese is missing, just a little bit of touch. And once she gets that, then she's really going to be putting up wild numbers because she's getting to the basket. If you know what I'm saying? If you put 20 points within 15 rebounds, it's low key the best.
Known of this means Angel Reese is finished as a player, nor does it erase the double-doubles and impressive rebounding numbers she has accumulated throughout the season. Her overall production still places her among the league's strongest rebounders, and one difficult overtime loss cannot erase months of consistent work. But perception inside a locker room can change quickly when a moment this visible happens under a national spotlight. If teammates begin feeling like they are constantly creating space and sacrificing opportunities for a player who does not consistently reward that sacrifice in critical moments, frustration can gradually build. It may begin quietly behind closed doors before eventually becoming visible publicly. Atlanta's coaching staff now faces an important question about how crunch time possessions should be distributed moving forward. After a loss this painful, that decision becomes even more complicated. Meanwhile, the rivalry with Indiana and Caitlin Clark is not disappearing. With these teams continuing to meet and both fan bases magnifying every interaction, the next matchup will carry even more attention. Everyone will be watching Reese closely to see how she responds. Does she use this moment as motivation to improve, adjust, and prove her critics wrong? Or will the same frustrating pattern return when the pressure rises again? The answer could shape how Atlanta approaches its biggest moments for the rest of the season.